Today's episode is sponsored by Monica Odom Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Welcome again to another episode of Easy Talk, real talk for true entrepreneurs. This show is going to help you stay in business, literally, legally. We are going to be talking with the Monica Odom with Allstate Agency. Do you need insurance? Of course you do. As a business owner, you need to secure your assets and have insurance on your business. And Monica's going to tell you just how to do that. Let me introduce you to Miss Monica Odom. Monica Odom is the owner of Monica Odom Allstate Agency, a trusted name in insurance and financial services. With a passion for protecting families and empowering our communities, Monica leads with integrity, education, and a personal touch. As a woman entrepreneur in a highly competitive industry, she brings years of experience, leadership, and a deep understanding of what it actually takes to build a successful insurance agency under a national brand. Let us give a warm, Easy Talk welcome to Monica Odom.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Delighted to be here.
So, Monica, first thing we always ask our guests, tell us a fun fact about you.
Well, I love to start off with the fun facts. So, and I have many, but I will just keep it to one. I really enjoy football, all things football. I love all sports. In fact, I am a sports mom. I'm a baseball mom. But going back to football, one of the fun facts is that I keep up with the stats. So I know a lot of the stats. I'm going to go ahead and share my team too. I am a Cowboys fan. Oh, don't act like that.
Don't hang up, y'all. Don't end the show. She gonna tell us something else. Just wait.
But it's about the stats. It's about the behind the scenes.
Now that is unusual and a very fun fact because I don't know many women that love sports, especially football.
Yep.
So that's awesome. That's a fun fact.
Absolutely.
So Allstate Agency. What made you start your Allstate Agency? Did you have a background in insurance or you just said, you know what, I want to do this?
I actually do have a background in insurance. So I have about 20 years of experience as an insurance professional. And I've always wanted to have my own agency. Soon after the pandemic began, everything went on shut down. And a couple of companies reached out to me. Allstate was one that I really just kind of gravitated toward. So we started the process, and within a few months of starting the process, I was asked to join the team, be a franchisee, and ultimately become an Allstate agency owner. So I'm so super delighted and grateful for that opportunity.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. So as an entrepreneur, I cannot think of a more competitive industry to be in. I mean, you've got everything from Direct and Geico to Allstate and State Farm and Progressive. How do you keep and retain your clients with such a competitive industry?
The primary way that we keep and retain our customers, our clients, our policyholders is through our loyalty, our commitment. Part of our mission statement is that we seek to go beyond the expectation of our customers. And with the market being so competitive, as you mentioned, I think that's important to be able to offer things that the customers would not necessarily understand. The world of insurance is so complex and it's very competitive. You already stated that. So you do have to find things to differentiate yourself.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, and it sounds like you do that with your customer service, with your clients.
We do. We exceed their expectations on a daily basis.
Wow. And to give that one-on-one personal experience, that is what truly makes people stay with their agent. Because that's not, even though it's a very competitive industry, people don't typically leave their agent.
That, in most cases, now we've kind of graduated from the way things used to be, maybe in our parents' and even in our grandparents' time, but we're trying to kind of bring that back within our agency. We are not only looking for loyal customers, but we also have to reciprocate that and be able to be available when they call, and that's part of loyalty, be able to answer those questions. So it's not just about the initial sale, but it's about answering those questions as they go through the policy and through the years, and when they experience claims. One very good example of that, I had a customer to call the other day, and she was had been involved in an accident not far from the office. And I could hear in her voice, I just happened to answer the phone, I could hear in her voice she was very distressed. Her husband had recently, not long ago, had a stroke. And so he was the passenger, and she was most concerned about him. So I asked her to just take a moment to breathe, because she was rattling off. You know, I did this happened, what do I do? I don't know, da 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 da. I said, just breathe. Just stop and breathe. So together, we took a couple of deep breaths, and I spoke with her today. In fact, she called back today and just thanked me for just being that peace and that calm that she needed. So I think those things do make a difference.
For sure.
You know, we have to take care of our customer beyond the sale, beyond the initial sale.
That is so true. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because as an entrepreneur in any industry, we're all competitive. I do believe that insurance is one of the most competitive, but in all of our industries, you have to find a way to differentiate yourself. And I don't know a better way than personalizing the experience. It's not just a transaction. Your clients or your customers or your patients are not just a dollar sign. They are human beings, and they rely on you as the expert to tell them what they need and give them what they need. And you have a bundle package too that I really love too, besides the In Good Hands, which is, I think, man, that is a phenomenal logo, but the bundle package that you all have really takes care of the whole person on that journey.
It does. It makes our agency or our product a one-stop shop. Obviously, it stacks the discounts for the customer. So in this particular time that we find ourselves in, it's about the more you buy, the more you save. And so bundling is the name of the game, and that's industry-wide, but we still have to find a way to even personalize that, because many people have the understanding that it's not in their best interest to bundle. So we look for ways to save them money. For most people, it is about price, and we want to talk beyond price. Because if it's just about price, then when you get ready, when you have that claim, you don't necessarily want it to be about price.
Yeah.
So bundling is a great way to do that, and some of our competitors have made bundling even more competitive, but Allstate has solidified its place in the market. And I am so super proud to be part of an organization that is thriving, growing, and always looking for ways to innovate and change what the current market is doing for the future.
Wow, you said something very powerful there, Monica, because as a small business owner, and many of our entrepreneurs are, I think 99% of businesses right now in the U.S. are small business owners. And so sometimes it's hard to think about being innovative and what happens with your business in the next 3 to 5 years. But what I want to hone in on is the fact that you said you are proud to be a part of this Allstate family.
Yes.
As entrepreneurs, we have to think about the brand that we have, what it represents, the legacy that we are building and leaving, so that our employees would want to be proud to be a part of our company.
Absolutely.
Because you could have selected, I mean, you said people reached out to you, agencies reached out to you, so you could have been with another company, but you chose Allstate. And so you have to have employees as well that want to choose to work for Monica Odom Allstate Agency.
That's
so
correct.
how do you recruit and hire for your team?
So recruiting, that's a topic that I'm excited about, because it's ongoing. Recruiting is every day. It's with individuals that I meet in the public when I'm on the consumer side. I look for individuals that have an entrepreneur mindset and an entrepreneur spirit, because that helps me to know that if you are giving me that kind of service, whether it's at the dry cleaners or at a restaurant, then that may be something that you can bring. Those are some of the talents that you could bring to the agency. So recruiting is ongoing, and it needs to be ongoing. Not necessarily that that there's a high turnover rate, but I look at it as finding a needle in a haystack. So it's ongoing. It can be fun. There are some times where, you have to interview a lot of people to find that needle in the haystack, but I am so fortunate that I have been able to find some really, really good staff people to join my team and catch that Allstate spirit.
Yes, that's awesome. And I love, too, the fact that you talked about having an entrepreneur spirit, because I would say the majority of people with an entrepreneur spirit have great leadership skills.
Absolutely.
And it could be that you make someone else's legacy begin by helping them to start their agency or do something that they want to do to own their business. So they're really coming under your umbrella, and you're helping to lead and coach them into running their own business.
Or to be able to succeed me and take over, because I won't always be around as an Allstate agent, whether that is 10, 15 years from now. I'm always looking for that person, that may be interested in purchasing the agency just as I did several years ago. So multiple reasons, and as I like to say, we're always being interviewed, and you just never know.
You just never know. That is true. And for entrepreneurs, having a succession plan, oh my gosh, you said something very critical, because we need a succession plan. Yes, we want to be here. It's our baby. We don't want anybody to take over our business. We want to make sure we're the one making all the decisions. But you do have to realize at some point, what does my legacy look like? Who is going to be my successor? What is my end game? I mean, you start your business because you want it to grow, you want to flourish, you want to be successful. But how does ending your business look? Does it look like passing it on to someone else? Does it look like I'm going to sell it? Does it look like I'm going to franchise it? I don't think many entrepreneurs think about that. Well, I know I don't want to. It's almost scary. I'm like, no, it's my baby. But as a leader, we do have to think ahead. Yes, it is vital.
It's critical that we have a succession plan. And I'm proud to say that I do have one. I don't necessarily have the person, but I actually have a plan, because I don't want to have invested all of this time, all of this money, all of this heart and soul, tears, all of me, inside and out, and then just turn it over to someone or sell it to someone that does not have a similar mindset.
And did you guys hear that? Tears.
This
is not for the faint at heart. I had one guest on the show that says, sometimes it's like a setup. It's like, what? How did I get into this? But it is that thing where great is the reward. I mean, absolutely. You have tears, but you have some very joyful days. Some very joyful days as an entrepreneur. So, the good outweighs the bad.
Yes, always.
The good outweighs the bad. Always. Yes. So we have to stay hopeful. We have to believe in what we're doing. We have to love what we do. And it sounds like you are so passionate about servicing our customers.
Absolutely.
So let's change the topic for just a minute. I want to talk a little bit about some of your products and services that our entrepreneurs may not even know that they need, or that Allstate offers. When you think about Allstate, you think about homeowners or car insurance. But as business owners, we need insurance.
Absolutely, you most definitely do. But don't forget about the homeowners and the auto insurance, because everybody needs insurance, whether they believe they do or not. But for entrepreneurs and other business owners, we do offer business policies or commercial policies. We also offer things like bonds. Those are maybe not necessarily in the forefront of your mind, but I am delighted that Allstate offers over 200 products. That does include health insurance. So if you have a small business and you have employees, we offer health insurance. We offer life insurance for individuals and for partners that are in business. If you need that type of insurance policy for perhaps a loan that you've taken out to solidify if something were to happen to you, then we do offer that as well. But commercial insurance for, a mom and pop business or a business that's being run from home, just as much as a corporation, we offer those coverages as well.
And that is good to know, because to your point about corporations, we may think that we're not big enough. But I have seen some clients that have contracts with the county, with the state, with government, and they're asking for a certificate of liability. They're asking for those bonds, and it's a part of you getting that bid. So you have to be ready for things like that.
Absolutely.
And another thing you mentioned about you guys' products, we can insure our vehicles with commercial policy.
Yes.
The equipment that we use.
Yes.
If you're a photographer, your camera needs to be insured.
Absolutely.
I had a friend that her son's camera was stolen out of his car.
Wow.
But it wasn't covered because it was his commercial, it was for his business. And he needed that camera. It was very expensive. So think about that, entrepreneurs. What valuables and products do you have that you need to insure?
Absolutely. It's vital. It's critical. You know, there's nothing that anybody can do at the time that something is stolen, it comes up missing, or it's lost as a result of you know, an act of God. People say a tornado, a fire, and anything can happen. That's why we cover what the individuals, business owners, families, individuals cannot cover. So it's about joining in and taking on and sharing that risk. That's basically what it equates to.
Awesome, awesome. So we know there, even if you are not sure about the products that you should insure, you definitely should check out Monica Odom, Allstate Agency, and figure that out with her to make sure that you're covered. You want to be in good hands. So now I have a tough question for you. I really think we want to know how you balance this. How do you deal with difficult customers or complaints that is like, okay, there's literally nothing we can do. We've done what we can, or that wasn't insured, because we all want to offer an outstanding experience to our customers. Can you help us with how we can overcome some of those challenges, or I would say negative customers, or just bad experiences that a customer may have?
So since you had to ask about difficult customers or tough customers.
This is real talk for true entrepreneurs. We want to know what to say.
It really is. I think that the best way to deal with individuals that are not having a good experience is primarily with empathy. And so that's a learning for me as well, you know, because you think about the sale, you think everybody is all happy and, you know, oh, welcome to Allstate, you're going to be in good hands. But then when they need something and you ask them to come to you, then you got to be ready, right? So empathy and learning to listen and having that listening ear and being willing to stay committed to seeing them through to the end. Even if it's not always the answer or the result that they want, I find that many people come back and they say, well, it's not you, it's the company. But I do have quite a bit of authority as an agency owner. And so I like to be able to use that authority that I have to advocate for my customers when I can. So I'm committed to helping my clients to find creative ways, not just to save money, but in the event that they need something during the time of a claim or increase in premium, even though we don't regulate, and the increases do not come from your local agent. The increases do not come from your local agent. But if there's something that I could do to help you offset that increase, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And so that goes back to what I was saying about exceeding the customer's expectation, because many times, you know, they may not even feel like they're being heard, much less with empathy, heard at all, much less heard with empathy. So that's generally how I do it. Just allowing them to have their say, explain their situation, and then trying to find a solution. You have to be solutions based.
I love that answer. I love that answer. There's so much to unpack in that, because first, having empathy, you've got to be empathetic. You know, you say the customer is always right. Whether the customer is right or not, you have to empathize with their situation. And listening, you can't overtalk them. You have to be able to listen to them, hear them out, and let them know that I am willing to help you. I'm not the enemy here. Sometimes we go above and beyond with our emotions and we take the wrong routes. And it's not what you say. A lot of times it's how you say it, especially over the phone.
We, the customers, right? We, the customer, go over and above with our emotions. You're so right about that.
Yes,
you are so right about that. The customer can be emotional when they don't think that things are going the way that they should. I know I talked to 3 or 4 of them today.
Just today.
That takes a lot of time, but it's part of the commitment, to try to make a difference in our community and to be able to help one person at a time, not to show that I know more, because obviously I'm an expert and so I'm supposed to know more, but to help you understand that your situation is not cookie cutter, but neither are you out there on an island by yourself.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. She is teaching us. When you've had so many experiences, some things you're just not going to learn in a book. Some things is not going to be a part of your training. You have to get out there, get in the fire, but with the attitude and mindset that you have of I'm committed, I'm here to help you, let's figure this out. I think that's what helps you to stay calm and be empathetic and listen to the customer when you already have that mindset of we're going to fix this, we're going to figure this out.
There's a solution, and it may not be the one that you want it to be from the customer standpoint, but it's going to be fair because it's a contract. And so that's important to understand that this is a contractual agreement between you and a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah. And we have to see it that way.
Yep.
That is awesome. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you are able to multitask the things in life as an agent, because we have a 9 to 5, right? Most people try to work within those hours, but it's not reality. I know that's what I'm getting to. It's not reality. Even though you have a business that is franchised through Allstate and they say we open at 8, we close at 5. How do you balance those other hours?
Right now, I'm just, I can't say that there is a balance. I just take it one day at a time. And that's really from my heart. If a customer or client calls me, then I'm going to answer. If I'm available, I'm going to answer. I recently had some time off or needed to take some time off due to medical reasons and, indicated that I'm not going to be available, but found myself making myself available. So and most entrepreneurs know this, when you are in leadership and you own something and it's your baby, we just talked about that. There really isn't a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. So there's going to be overtime, there's going to be after time, there's going to be before time, there's going to be weekends, and so we just do what we have to do to make it happen.
And that work-life balance that I used to hear in corporate America,
it's gone.
that does not exist. That does not exist.
But the fulfillment, cannot be compared.
It cannot. And it's good to have boundaries and take your time when you need to. But to your point, when you're the leader, you have to lead. You have to lead.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This has been some great stuff. I really appreciate you coming out on the show. Tell us how we can reach you. If someone's interested in a policy or learning more, how can we reach you?
So we are located at 2900 Kirby Road. That is in Memphis, Tennessee. We can be reached through our office number. That is 901-441-8755. We can also, you can reach out to us on our multiple platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And then you can always email me. My email address is on my website, and that's allstate.com/Monica Odom.
Now, you're in Memphis.
Yes.
But do you only service Tennessee, or do you have surrounding areas? How does that work?
So great point. We service Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas.
Okay. So it's a regional thing.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. And I can really tell just from our conversations and you saying that you've been 20 years in this thing, that you have to stay educated on what's happening and the changes and being aware. And I think that's another important point for entrepreneurs is you have to stay educated. You have to get certifications, take classes, stay abreast about what's happening in your industry.
Absolutely.
Especially for you, you have to know what the competitors are doing.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
I love knowing everything about the competitors that I can find out. Yeah. They know about us, so we need to know about them.
Yes, that's a great point. And in any industry that you're in, you need to know what your competitors are doing. You really need to know how to differentiate yourself and to best take care of your customers.
That's right.
So I think that's a part of that commitment that you were talking about is how do I stay committed? Well, being educated about your products and services in your industry is one of the ways of being committed to your customers. Because you said it earlier, they depend on you to be the expert.
They do.
Well, guys, I hope you have gotten some great nuggets from this show. Please, please, please check your products, your services, your equipment, and make sure that you are insured properly so that mayhem won't happen to you. Thank you for joining us. This is Real Talk for True Entrepreneurs. Until next time. Today's episode is sponsored by Monica Odom Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate.